Good morning, everyone. Yep, still morning out here in California. Today is the 17th of October. This is Brad Matheny again. We have the SPY over here setting up, and we have the ES over here setting up. Now, where we're at with this, folks, is pretty interesting. We've got this broad flagging formation, right? So remember, we're looking at, again, an excess phase peak setting up over here off of this deep low this morning. You can see that we have, let's take a look at this. We have a peaking pattern here coming up into this area, moving down and flagging. We have gotten higher, but this was an open that came all the way back into this low. So we're looking for this flag to break out. In essence, we've got this flag moving up like this. Okay, so we're getting very close to potentially breaking this area, and we have a long way to go to get down to this area. Now, under the same setup here, you can see where we're at with this flagging formation. Again, same type of setup. Okay, you can see this roll and roll. So we get kind of a, and you can see here again, this is another excess phase peak here, flagging and breaking to the upside. So that's good. Here's that same setup, flagging, breaking to the upside here. Here's that same setup, rallying up, coming down. And now, oops, let's try to draw that a little better. Spread this out a little bit. And rallying up, flagging out. This is our morning high. Rallying up, coming down, and flagging. So now, where we're at with this, guys, is a very interesting move. So you can see that we've reached this apex, right? We've come up. I'll try to draw in a different color. We've come up, hit the apex up here, rolled down, set up our low, come back up, come back down, and now we should be rolling through the last apex. This is what's called the apex volatility area of a flag. That's basically an area where we've got our A, B. Let me do this different color. We set up our peak A, come down to our low B, set up another attempt at a high here. That's C. We come down to a low, which is right here, D. And we should be rolling potentially to the upside. So in my opinion, we should be rolling into the upside right here. Okay. It should really be attempting to break to the upside over the next 12 plus hours. And again, we come over here with the flagging. You can count the flagging again up to the peak, come down to the low, up to the high, down to the low, and we should be breaking out over here. We still have that apex volatility area in this area. Let me redraw that. Apex volatility is in the midst of a flag. You can get a lot of volatility. So in the midst of a flag, when we get out in this area, you can actually see price, waffle up and down trying to break away from this move. It's not uncommon to see some sort of volatility before it actually breaks away into some trend. Right now, you got about an 85% chance of an upside move based on my count of this flag. So that's the reason I'm trying to write to you right now, is to suggest that, we could see another, this is 10-minute here, and this is 10-minute here. We could see maybe another 20, 30 minutes of sideways trading, maybe into about 11, giving us about a 2-hour squeeze higher. But remember, this was a very solid move to the upside overnight, really pushed strongly higher, but we could see this melt upward towards the end of the day, really solidly upward if my analysis is correct. And what we would be looking for again, ladies and gentlemen, is we would be looking for a move above this 585.26. So I'll label that 585.26. That is our rough high level for this flagging apex. Now remember, on the ES here, that flagging level is a lot higher. So remember, we now have this flagging level here, which is a lot higher than this lower one here. This is a different setup, same construct, but just a different setup, because look at where this high essentially equates back to this high, back over here. Okay, equates right to this high. So we are going to have I mean, we could theoretically draw this across here as a secondary zone, but I'm going to tell you that we're going to need to really get above this 590, 59.2450, 59.2450 on the upside. It's almost critical that the SPY get above that 59.2450 area on a big solid breakout to the upside. So we're looking at this 526 level or 585.26 level here. And it looks like we're going to probably get a nice solid squeeze to the upside. Again, same thing here. Looks like we're going to get a nice solid squeeze to the upside. Over here on the ES, we're just getting a bit of shakeout move here. So be aware. It looks to me like we're going to have a pretty solid move, really a pretty solid rally up to this high. And again, we can kind of watch this area as well. You see how all of these patterns play out into kind of a coalescing structure in price. We have the same high here as we have back here. We have the same high here as we have back over here. We have the same apexing flagging. We have the same apexing flagging. Just because this is a ES chart with 24-hour data, we don't have it lining up off of 2-day old lows. Those lows would, if I go all the way back to here, look at where those lows play out to, even off of they play out to over here. So it's the same pattern setting up here, guys. The exact same price pattern setting up. And what we should be watching for is a very solid rollover. Like this is a flush out low, possibly at the bottom here, and really starting to rally to the upside. So pay attention. I think we're going to get a good move here to the upside at the end of the day. I mean, generally the markets are up. You can see over here, SP's up, SPX 500 is up, SPY's up, NASDAQ's up, Dow Jones up, dollar index is up again. I think we're going to get a good solid squeeze to the upside. So pay attention. We still have a chance to get up into 587, 588, maybe by the end of the day. Okay, guys, talk to you later.